See this here? This is Heisen or Hisen's refrigerator. Never dealt with one of these before. So what's happening is, okay, for one, it's only 5 years old. Here's your compressor. Here's your compressor switch. There's also a relay in here, and there's a solenoid connected to it. I've never seen this before. These are 3 different parts that can go wrong. So this refrigerator cuts on, and when it cuts on, the compressor cuts on, and then you hear another click. So it's a click, then there's a cut off. There's a click, then there's a cut on, then there's a cut off. It's another click and it cuts off. So what's happening is this start relay is faulty. Now it usually has one of these that's over it. So you got to take a screwdriver and get in between there and pop it off. So this is the power line right here. This goes to the solenoid right here. Boom, 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 boom. These all come out. They're all separate. What you want is what's connected directly to this. But like I said, I've never seen this before. This is a little 60 hertz compressor. Refrigerator is about 203 pounds. High side, low side. Like I've never seen this before, the way this is. This is your filter tube right here. And this is your motherboard. It's your motherboard right here. Now, another thing I don't see in here is a fan. So you don't see your fan back in here. You don't have your condenser coils in here, nothing like that. So you have your low side, which is here. There's a suction tube right here. You have your high side, which is right here. This is pressure. This is low pressure, high pressure. So this is where the gas goes out. This is usually warm and this stays cool. So this is warm to the touch. This stays cool. And be careful because if these can get up to 300. So if that happens, this is going to get really warm too. So be careful touching these things. Safety first, people. Safety first. Also, when you're messing around with these refrigerators, make sure they're unplugged. All right? Because any of these can, give you a good jolt. But I'm going to replace this capacitor. Well, this is the capacitor. I'm going to replace the switch. And no, that's not what I want either. That's what I want. This is what I want. Now, how do you test these to make sure that it's bad? You take your leads, you stick them into both holes right there, and you see if you have continuity. See if it makes a loop. Some of these you can take them and shake them, and it has a rattling noise, then it's no good. But yeah, you check for continuity. You see if it has a loop, just like you check your heater or something like that. And that's it. So I'm going to replace this guy here. I went on a website. This is $20, people. So this is $20 and not even an hour's worth of work. And the guy gave it away. He's like, I don't even want it. I don't want to deal with it. It's 5 years old. I'm going to put this $20 piece back in here. And even if that's not it, this is $20. This is $20. So the whole starting system that Heising has here, it's all $20 just to get this running. And I know this runs because it's already been on. So this is all just $20, $20. These are not expensive parts. And that's just to get it on. Now, I don't know what else is going on with it, but he said it just stopped running. And whenever somebody tells me, oh, it just stopped running, I already know the first place to look is back here. You want to look at your start relay. That's the first thing you want to look at. Now, let's go through some scenarios. Let's just say it wasn't your start relay. Let's say you came back here, took off the back panel, your start relay fired up, clicked, boom, turn the compressor on. Or let's say that it didn't happen. Let's say you plugged it in, boom, no start relay. No lights, no nothing. That means you got a problem with your cord. Here's your cord right here going into your motherboard. So you got a problem with your cord going into your motherboard because you're not getting any power at all. But let's just say the lights come on. You hear your motherboard clicking a few times coming on, but you're still not getting any power. Now you got to go and look into your motherboard because you might have a blown, something might be blown in your motherboard. And you can take these out. They're not hard to take out. And you can look and see if you find any burn marks on your motherboard. You can sniff it and see if you smell any burn marks. And sometimes if you follow the circuitry, which is also not hard, you might be able to find, a burn mark or something. And some of these refrigerators, if they're like LG or Samsung, they have lights inside of their motherboards. And if that light is blinking a certain amount of time, there's usually a diagram that's usually on the wall here. It'll say if it's blinking once, it's this, twice, it's this, three times, it's this. Also, LGs have reset buttons. Now, a lot of these refrigerators, to reset them, all you have to do is unplug it, wait about a minute or two, plug it back in, the computer resets itself. I've also recently come across a refrigerator where a customer said, hey, the refrigerator works, but sometimes it will go ahead and freeze up. And then I have to thaw it out. And then, about a week later, I have to do the same thing. That person has a problem with their electricity, not the refrigerator. They're not getting enough power. These refrigerators need 120 in order to work properly. That person was probably getting 115, 116. So what's happening is the defroster is not working correctly. Nothing wrong with the refrigerator. And I know this because I have the refrigerator. They sold it to me for $50. I came and plugged it in. Boom, no problem. I'm going to sell it for $275. This refrigerator was absolutely free. I'm going to spend $20 on it. I'm going to sell it for $275. Have a good day.